Let's get one thing straight. Your cat isn't a pet. It's a master manipulator that's been playing the human race for 10,000 years. When it first walked into your home, it wasn't surrendering. It was calculating. It found our species' fatal weaknesses and went right for them. It turned you into a lifelong, unpaid poop scooper and a high-end resource depot. And the best part, you're still sitting there, feeling flattered every time it nuzzles your leg. Look at the feline family, over 40 species. Tigers, lions, leopards, they're all struggling, they're endangered. But the descendants of the African wildcat, they've conquered the globe. They didn't do it with raw power or just good looks. They did it with a survival intelligence that's almost frightening. They mapped out human nature down to the very bone. 10,000 years ago, in the Fertile Crescent, humans finally learned how to farm wheat. We had granaries, but we also had two fatal bugs. First, we could grow the grain, but we couldn't stop the rats. Second, despite our big brains, we were helpless against anything soft and cute. The African wildcat was the first feline gambler to see our hand. It didn't care about your grain. It wanted to exploit your biological instincts. Approaching that campfire wasn't a move of desperation. It was a precision hunt. It used rat catching as a foot in the door to breeze through the gates of human civilization. Scientists call it self-domestication. But let's be real, humans didn't choose cats. The cats chose us. And that move put them miles ahead of every other predator. Now, you probably think cats and dogs are both domesticated. That's a massive misconception. Dogs literally re-engineered their bodies to please us. They evolved genes just to digest our food. They changed their skull shapes and learned to read our faces. The dog truly broke itself to fit into your world. But the cat? In 10,000 years, their biology hasn't moved an inch. Their digestive systems? Still strict carnivores. Their social genes? Still solitary hunters. They never once intended to adapt to you. The plan was always for you times to adapt to times them asterisk. Research from the University of Washington is pretty jarring. Dogs and wolves are now genetically worlds apart. But house cats and African wildcats, they're almost identical. Only 13 genes have actually changed. And they all focus on memory, fear, and reward. Translation. Cats only learn how to remember who has the food, how to not be afraid of us, and that getting fed feels pretty good. Everything else, the hunting, the territory, it's all factory original. That's why scientists call them semi-domesticated. They've lived with you for ages, but they kept an escape hatch. If a house cat goes feral, it only takes a few generations for their grand kittens to be 100% wild again, and you're still moved by how much they need you. Now, let's talk about the real control codes. First up, acoustic weapons. Did you know wildcats don't meow at each other? That is a language invented strictly for us. Researchers found that cats hide a cry inside their purrs. It's a high-frequency sound between 300 and 600 hertz. And that frequency is a perfect match for the cry of a human infant. When you hear it, your brain's nurturing centers are forced on. You don't feed them because you're nice. You do it because your biological instincts were hijacked. This isn't love. It's a signal attack. Next, scent marking. When a cat rubs its head on you, you think it's cute. It's not. It's branding you. They use pheromones to mark you as private property. In their head, there is no such thing as an owner. There's just my territory and the humans who serve me. All that expensive food and those fancy cat trees, in their eyes, those are just war trophies. Cats even managed 2 waves of domestication. After the Middle East, they conquered ancient Egypt. They convinced those people to treat them like actual gods. They went from mouser to deity overnight. And through all of history, the cats never changed. Only the humans did. Today, we've built a multi-billion-dollar industry just for them. We reallocated global resources to meet their every whim. It's not a partnership. It's a one-way harvest. So tonight, when you open that can of food and your cat strolls over, takes a bite, and walks away, ask yourself, who is really the one being domesticated here? Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this.